Hey, Steve Magnante here at Walkaround Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a 1979 Dodge Little Red Express pickup truck. It's a half-ton pickup truck. You might wonder, why does it have the big rig inspired zoom pipes right here and the 15-inch wheels, etc. And why am I holding this? It's an International Harvester 4300 series big rig catalog. Well, you got to remember, in the 1970s, America was crazy for big rigs. Shows like Moving On, White Line Fever were a big deal, and Dodge capitalized on that trend with the Little Red Express, right down to the factory-installed big rig style stainless steel pipes. They come up, they're functional, they actually worked. And here's the thing, another thing also that happened in 1978 and 79, or 78, was there's a federal mandate for vehicles that weighed over 6,000 pounds. They were exempt from emissions, and that changed to 8,500 pounds for 79. But with that said, these trucks skated by the federal emissions standards because of the fact they were half-ton pickup trucks. Thus, Dodge found a loophole and drove a pickup truck right through that loophole. And so trucks like this might have been a little bit bigger, but if you had your sights set on a real live big rig, this is as good as it got without a commercial driver's license in 1979. Now, this is the second year of two, 78 and 79, two-year run, and the 78s are distinguished by 15 by 7-inch wheels, 15 by 8-inch wheels on the back, a little bit wider. The 79s had 15 by 8 wheels all the way around, inch wheels. And also 1979 brought stacked square headlights. 78, the first year, had round headlights, a slightly different grille and hood. But again, the Little Red Express, there were 5,115 of these things built, and it's a pretty small number. In fact, twice the 2,200 or so that was built in 78. So these are pretty rare, desirable vehicles. And under the hood of these things is the E58 heavy-duty police specification 364 barrel with 225 net horsepower. And that 225 horsepower helped to make the Little Red Express America's fastest mass-produced car or truck in 1978 with a 128 mile-per-hour top speed, and also going 0 to 100 quicker and faster than a Trans Am or Corvette. That's how weak things were in the late 70s as the emissions era really took root. And again, this is something that was built here in 1978-79. The second-year model right here, and the 79s came along, and they actually included catalytic converters, two of them, one under each rocker panel. This one has mufflers, just regular mufflers. And in fact, Chrysler supplied the original 1978 Little Red Express with Hemi mufflers, canister mufflers right under here. They've been replaced on this one here, but they finally got catalytic converters in 78 or 79, and basically got hip to the federal mandate for clean air. But again, these are the most outrageous pipes right here ever installed on a mass-produced pickup truck, really. These are factory installed and found on every one of the 5,118 Little Red Expresses built in 1979, and of course about 2,500 of these in 1978. So, you know, interesting dedication and devotion and execution and determination. How many shins do we need? Probably have two of them on my legs. But anyway, here are the factory stacks on this thing right here. And again, remember, you know, in the 1970s, big rigs were a big deal. People were really digging on CB radios and, you know, being a cowboy truck driver. You know, Sonny Pruitt on Moving On, and just great movies and TV shows that featured trucks. And of course, Dodge got in on the act. The graphics on these things are very cool. That's factory right there. It's a vinyl. It's not reflective, but again, it's an adhesive, and that's a factory installed item right there. And here at the back, the pinstripes on the wheel openings front and rear are gold highlights. And again, this is the original red paint on this one here. Another detail too is actual oak paneling here on the sides of the bed with chrome cap screws right here. And in the bed, oak floor. So a really nice example of the breed right here. And again, only 5,118 of these were made in 1979, the second and final year for the mighty Little Red Express. And under the back of these things, the 9 1/4 heavy-duty rear axle with a standard 355-to-1 acceleration gear baked right in from the factory. Smaller pickup trucks from the half-tonners would have had an 8 1/4 rear axle. This is the 9 1/4 heavy-duty piece, also used in certain, you know, police cars and station wagons and stuff. So this is about as good as it got for American high-performance cars in 1978, when the Little Red Express was America's fastest production vehicle with 128 mile-per-hour top speed, faster than a Corvette, faster than a Trans Am, any of those things, really. So the late 70s were kind of a dark time, the malaise era, but Dodge made things a little cheerier with vehicles like the Little Red Express in 78 and 79. To learn more about this one here, go to the Walkaround Classics website and check out the photo gallery.
Hey guys, we are rolling out from test drive with this little red Express. This thing's so cool. It's got a couple of mods on it. They've done the gauges over. They put a double din radio in it. They got rid of the granny shifter and they got down with a nice little ratchet shifter, which is pretty cool. I love this truck. So it's got a little bit of a beefed up 360 in it, so she lays it out pretty good. It's an older restoration, but it's holding up extremely well. There's not any rust bubbles on it. The paint is, you know, fair to driver quality. I wouldn't call this a show truck. This is a truck that you get in and you know, you don't mind throwing a piece of lumber in it and from Home Depot and have some fun with it. It's just a cool truck to drive. So we're still working on it, waiting for a couple things. I know they're changing the baffles on the exhaust. There's one that's a little loose. You might be able to hear it through the video. It's got a little bit of a rattle to it, but that's going to be addressed. Like I said, at High Octane, we go through all of the cars that we get in. So we don't just buy cars and resell them. We have a 35,000 square foot facility with 8 technicians, and we're actually hiring a couple of more that basically do nothing but go through our own vehicles and get them ready for resale. And that's really important to differentiate ourselves from some of the other guys that are quote-unquote flippers. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but you know, when we buy our cars, we spend the time and we invest in the cars. That's why we're not a consignment shop. Some of these consignment shops, you never get the car fixed the way it should be because someone wants to sell it. They don't want to invest any more money in the car, if that makes sense. So, you know, for us being able to buy the car, control the car from front to back, and say, you know what, this thing needs a steering box, this thing needs a set of brakes, whatever it needs, a shocks. We have the opportunity to be able to go through all that and get the car done so that at the end of the day, you get a better car. We're gonna take this over to our test track here. Now, it shows that it has nitrous. I think they did that for show because there is no nitrous in this car. But it does have some pretty cool stuff in it. We're just gonna take it easy because we got someone behind us, so I gotta watch it. Little second gear chirp. Whoa! Sorry about that, Shane. We've got to figure out a way to show the G-force, right? But, you know, getting back to the service aspect of it and what we do, you know, we're trying to get it to a point where, you know, you get the car, you get the truck, and you just get to enjoy it, right? So many horror stories that I hear, and I tell you, my shop could be just absolutely packed every day with customer cars that want to bring what I call outside work in. And you know, right now we're not even at 5% doing outside work, and it's mainly for, you know, some of our past customers from years ago. But I just need to be able to make sure that we have enough time with our own cars to get them done and through the system, because it's a lot of work. You know, you figure the amount of cars that we sell, the volume that we're doing at this point, you know, trying to get each car at least 50 hours a car, that's a week of time with a technician. And you know, we sell a lot of vehicles, so these poor guys are getting themselves worked 6 days a week at this point. But again, you know, the proof is in the pudding when you see the quality of cars that we have versus some of the other guys that are out there, you know, remarketing cars, if you will. And the other cool thing too, when you buy a car from us, you have the opportunity, if you want different wheels, if you want something upgraded, if you want to have air conditioning installed in a vehicle, not a problem. I mean, we can do anything. A lot of people like to have custom exhaust onto it. I work with an exhaust guy that's just an incredible fabricator, and he has a whole bunch of muscle cars himself, so he does them all personally and he loves doing it. So, you know, whatever you want, side exhaust, you want something louder, you want it quiet, we can do that. We have a lot of customer that wants to do the fuel injection and coilover suspension, which I'm a huge fan of, making these cars safer and more fun to drive. So why not? You know, if you've got the car here, before it leaves, you throw a set of coilovers in it, and that gives you the ability to adjust the stance of the car, which is really cool to be able to do. So just ask us and we can make it happen. One of the other things we also do is we ship worldwide. A lot of people get nervous that we're on the East Coast. How do I get my car? Well, you don't have to worry about it. We've got trucks that roll all over the country, and we can have the car picked up within days of the purchase and funding. And speaking of funding, we can go right to 120-month financing with as little as 10% down. So give us a call, check us out. Make sure you go onto our social media. We've got Facebook is the best because we have all of our inventory gets loaded up right away as it comes in. Sometimes the cars don't even make it to Facebook or this YouTube channel. Unfortunately, they sell so fast. So make sure you definitely check us out. Smash the like button. And please, as always, just make sure you forward and share. That really helps our channel grow. I've been very fortunate that, you know, everyone's been doing a lot of sharing of our videos, and it's really helped us out in the last several months. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Wait for some more content. We're going to have Steve Maggs do some driving videos as well. And we all love to hear the knowledge that man has, because I wish I knew half of what he knew. I wish I knew a quarter of what he knew, to be honest with you. He's just an incredible guy, and we're so happy to have him back. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel as well. That helps sustain him, and you know, after his health issues, we're really trying to get him back in the mix and rolling again. Well, we're going to be pulling up to our dealership. Take a look around at some of the really cool cars that we have in our parking lot. Keep in mind, we have a showroom in front. Not only that, but the second building is a two-story building where all the techs work on the bottom floor, and upstairs we have another showroom with over 30, 40 cars in it. So we'll be back at you with another car shortly.